Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming and welcome to day 1 of the 5 days of discovering your purpose. You know, in recent years, a lot of people have been throwing around the term purpose and discovering your purpose. But over the next 5 days, I want to give you strategies that's going to help you do just that. Now, before I give you some very tangible methods and questions to explore, I want us to first talk about the importance of self-evaluation and trust in the process. Because the truth is, you won't get an understanding of your purpose without doing that, okay? I want you to understand that when I say self-evaluation, this is not something that's going to take forever, but it is going to require you to go to that deep, deep place and to sometimes go to that place that you don't want to go. You see, the self-evaluation step will consist of taking an honest look at your life right now. What do you have or don't have? What have you done with the time that you've been given on this planet? What decisions have you made? Because I want you to understand that whatever your life is today, whether good or bad, is due in large part to the decisions and choices that you've made. Now, that statement is not designed for you to beat yourself up or to get stuck in condemnation, but it is simply the acknowledgement that no one has the power to write your or my story. You hold the pen, and you get to write your own story. And if you don't like the story, you get to turn the page and write a different one. So, what does that mean? For many of us, it means acknowledging that we have not always made the best decisions. And then it means forgiving ourselves and giving ourselves grace for doing the best that we could with the information that we had at the time. What I mean is, even when we made bad decisions, most of us were still operating from what we had to work with. We sometimes made those decisions through the lens of low self-esteem, poverty and lack, depression, rejection, betrayal, neglect, and sometimes even abuse. Sometimes we made those decisions out of love and faith and with the best decisions, but we were let down. No matter what the reasons are or were, I want you to acknowledge it, forgive yourself, and then realize that every good and bad thing that happened in your life is a part of the beautiful, complicated story that is you. So, this leads me to the next step of trust in the process. Today, I want you to carve out some quiet time and just sit with yourself. Allow yourself to detach from all of the external noise and just spend time in meditation and in deep connection with yourself. Don't be surprised if there are tears, and don't you dare stop them. I want you to allow the tears, invite them, and then appreciate them, because those tears are evidence that you are embracing the process and you are clearing the way for your next level. Let's let those tears cleanse us of all of the regrets of, I wish I wouldn't have done that, or if I would have known better, or if they would have helped me, or if he wouldn't have done that to me, or if she wouldn't have left me. Let's just get all of that on the table. Yes, they did leave. Yes, they did hurt you. Yes, you did make the wrong choice. Yes, 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 it's all true. So let's look at it. Let's acknowledge it. Cry about it. And then let's make the decision to move on in spite of it. Because today we're going to start making new choices. This choice is going to be that I'm afraid, but I'm going to do it afraid. I don't have the support I need. But I'm going to do it in spite of that. I don't feel like I'm good enough or smart enough, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to move and push in spite of everything. I'm not going to wait for my feelings to line up with my decision. Wow. You know, it's possible to make a move, to do a thing without the agreement of your feelings. You don't have to always feel like doing it. And if you don't believe me, ask any parent of a newborn baby that had to break their sleep at 3 a.m. to go feed a hungry, crying baby. I promise you, I did it 4 times. You don't want to get up and do it, but you do it because you need to. So, before I give you a few questions that I'm going to want you to write down and answer as part of your homework, I want to just recap the process for today's challenge. First, we're going to take an honest inventory and assessment of where you are now. Are you where you want to be? Is there something missing? And then next, we're going to acknowledge the choices, decisions, and situations that created the life that you have now, the life that you are living now. And if necessary, I want you to forgive yourself. And then lastly, I want you to understand that you are the author of your own story, and you can turn the page and start a new chapter whenever you choose. And I want you to understand that everything that has happened in your life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the tragic, can be rewritten and reframed. Because think about this, you're stronger because of it. You're wiser because of it. You have more mercy for others because of it. You survived. You are a survivor. And let me tell you how I know this to be true. I am blessed to work with different people of different ethnicities and nationalities who all have their stories of surviving. But if you are listening to me and you look like me, surviving is in your DNA because we come from a long line of survivors. You see, if you're here today, it means your ancestors survived the treacherous journey across the Atlantic in unbearable heat and unthinkable conditions. They survived deadly diseases, starvation, and lying on dead bodies for months. Your ancestors. If you're here today, you come from people who endured and survived the cruelty of slavery, being stripped of their identity and freedom, working from sunup to sundown, having their babies ripped from their arms. If you are here today, you come from a people who survived the era of Jim Crow, where a look, a wave, could get you beaten, lynched, mowed down, bombed, or burned out. Like I said, surviving and overcoming is in your DNA. So remind me again of what's your excuse. What's the challenge that you have that's so insurmountable that you can't be all that you were created to be? So now that I've gotten that out of the way, these are some questions that are designed to help you uncover your passion, that can really help you make sense of what motivates you, what satisfies you, which of course helps to point you to your purpose. So I want you to answer these questions. Write them down if you can. If not, go back and rewind and you'll be able to get them. What are some things that you do really well? Next, what actions and activities give you energy? What energizes you? What could you do all day and not get bored? What sort of things make you lose track of time, right? What topics could you read books or blogs about and never get tired of? Okay? I want you to write down these answers, and I want you to keep them handy for this 5-day challenge, okay? Tomorrow we're going to unpack how taking action and breaking habits combined with the things that we talked about today will help you get at your purpose, okay? As I said, I wanted to make sure that I kept this under 10 minutes. I want you guys to mull over this. Get with yourself today. Carve out some time. You are worth it. You are worth taking that time, okay? And I will see you tomorrow, and we'll get started with talking about how to take action. All right? Take care. See you then.